something that takes you through the deepest depths you've ever gone through. And if you're going through your healing journey trying to stay calm, you're looking at too many memes online. Because those memes online with a person cross-legged or whatever they are in this nice little pose, that's not the healing journey, that's somebody pretending. When you're going through your healing journey, and get this, remember, when I speak of this, I'm the engineer, workout rugby player guy, right? Manager. Manage a team of 30 people. I did all of that. So all of a sudden now I'm getting more and more into this energy world and I'm going, what am I getting myself into? So here we go, I'm going through my journey. And people at work, people in my life are starting to see, I went from the happy guy to the guy that kind of started falling apart a little bit. They kind of feel a little bit weird. So I started having to take care of myself. So here I go on the healing journey with my inner child. So the inner child is a big part. Somebody told me, to get to where you need to get to, Mike, to really let go, you have to take care of the traumas of the child. I say, how? Okay, good. Tell me, how do I get hold of my inner child? And they say, just meditate. On what? On your inner child. How? Would you sit and be in your heart? What the is being in my heart? Tell me, what is this being in my heart bowl stuff? So I'm sitting there trying to figure it out, and I'm like, and then I start seeing things, and then as my healing journey progresses, you can try to go to your healing journey without energy work, without trying to work on the soul, and that's what I did, but it didn't work. And the only time I got really deep is when I finally started going into, what does my soul want? What's going on inside my own body? Why do I feel like I've never fit in my life? I'm the extrovert. I love people. I'm always out going somewhere and talking to people. I'm going through this anger. And now I feel like all these feelings are coming up and reminding me that my entire life I've never felt like I fit in. And they really hit home, of course, when the separation hit. So now, I'm seeing pictures online of my own friends and I'm feeling angry. Like, these are my friends. Why am I feeling angry over seeing my own friends? This fear of abandonment. It's a fear of abandonment. This is how this stuff sneaks up on you. What is it about abandonment that I'm afraid of? So I'm thinking about it, And there's this story my dad used to tell me. We used to laugh about it. About when I was 4 years old, around 5 years old maybe, I was daddy's little boy. Always climbing up with daddy, going to bed. And my dad, Eastern European man, amazing man, great family man, but he did what he could with what he knew. He decided, if I don't do something, my boy's being a little too affectionate to a man, I might become gay. Not his fault. At 5 years old, he gave me the Eastern European way of doing things. Pull the band-aid quick, get out of here. He said he cried for a while. But look at you, you're not gay. So we laughed about it. Now there's nothing wrong with people that are gay, and actually, through my healing journey, I actually started to question, where am I in the spectrum? Because you see, the healing journey takes you through the deepest depths of who you are. And if you're avoiding anything in it, you will never complete it. If you're avoiding any truths within your own mind, you will see those parts of your mind as being black. You will see parts of your body that have pain, that you don't know why. Inexplicable pain in the body, I found, and in helping other people go through their healing journey, is actually things that you're ignoring within your own body, within your own mind, your own memories, things that I was ignoring within my own body. A part of my brain was saying, don't look in here, this is sexuality related. You might be gay, that's bad. Now you're thinking, how do you know all this? The title of my talk today, yeah, this is real. This is the kind of stuff that your mind bakes into itself as a child. And I've realized through my healing journey that whatever my child believed, my adult self couldn't undo by myself. This is where the healing came in. Where now I had to allow these emotions. I kept on feeling these pains in my sides, anxiety. How do I get rid of the anxiety? Tried to fight it out. Well, that didn't work. So now what? Now you have to let emotions come out. How do you do that? So I finally connected to my inner child. My inner child wouldn't turn around and talk to me. This is crazy, but your mind it's interesting how your mind portrays things for you. But my inner child didn't want to talk to me. Remember, I'm an engineer, rugby player, workout guy. I'm not talking woo-woo here. This actually happened, right? So my inner child comes up in meditation. I'm skipping a few steps here. And I'm like, okay, I know you want to tell me something. What is it you want to tell me? You're going to tell me. I kept on trying. I saw myself going in front of my inner child going, talk to me. And you want to look up. Because there's something in your psyche that your psyche wants you to avoid. This is a self-defense mechanism that I've ran into my own. So I'm trying to force it out. Convulsions, emotions, the whole body starts to shake. I have to learn now what it means to unlock my own mind. Because within my mind is this power, but all of a sudden I'm holding it all back. How do I tap in? Finally I realize, I connect that inner child was holding back the truth of my dad pushing me away that one time. Once I realized that, once I made that connection, I felt this immense power come into me. Because I knew something happened at that age that took my power away. It wasn't something nefarious, it just did. Power comes back to me. I feel incredible. I feel alive. And then my mommy just came in. I was like, Mommy, what about you? So now I ended up having to go through all of those things to uncover the things inside of me. And I got to a point now where I could connect in with emotion. I had to realize that my entire life I felt stress. Somebody said, connecting with the joy that you had when you were a kid, you will heal your inner child. I stopped and I tried to think. Well, we won football championships, I won rugby championships, I did this and that. None of it had joy. I was blocked to all the joy in my childhood because around that, I was the stress of how do I fit in, because at 4 years old, the one person that was my rock pushed me away. Anybody can push me away. How do I assert myself in relationships if they're just going to walk away from me? So then I said, okay, well I can deal with anything. I'm super adaptable. I'm just going to ask them and I'm going to see what they like and we'll do that. Well, how did that go for relationships when you have no backbone, right? So dealing with all of that is part of the healing journey. If you're not going deep, I realized for myself, I wasn't going anywhere. Looking into myself, I came up with things I couldn't even believe. Because my father had pushed me away, I went to the feminine, so I hung out with a lot of my friends were women. Very comfortable with women, but I heard them complaining about men. So guess what I did? Suppressed the stuff within me that they didn't like. Guess what that did to me? I was attacking my own masculine. So how do I unlock that? This stuff is not a joke. This is the healing journey. Fascial release, feminine, masculine. Inner child, outer adult, severity, mercy, mom and dad, all of that creates the personality that we are, that we need to release. And it's quite a journey because I try to do it by myself most of the time. Right? So here I am, now connecting to the masculine. So how do I do that? Well, Dad, I want to be better at sex, right? So I'm going to learn some sacred sexuality. Internal orgasm, it's a thing. Gentlemen, look it up. You orgasm, you go again. You orgasm, you go again. The ladies love it. Now, that, woo! Right? Now, that has to put you in touch with the masculine and feminine within you. So all of a sudden, this masculine energy is waking up inside of me. But again, it took me a while because my mind was trying to block it because my mind told me it's bad. So guess what I'm doing? I'm fighting my own body. So many of us fight ourselves our entire lives. There's so much more to this that I want to share. But part of it was, as a man, with all this power coming through me, it was a question of will I be a good man? Because it's a huge amount of energy that comes through. Remember, I'm the engineer, rugby player, workout guy, manager. I'm not just some guy that went, ooh. All right? So with that, keep in mind, to really heal and really tap into real power of who you are, go deep, and go for the most awkward, crazy things that you can put yourself through in terms of what your body will release. I had to learn how to cry. I did 8 months of crying before I finally got it. 40 years of crying out of me. So think about that and really delve deep, find your power. Even though if you think you might have it, there's so much more. Now with that, folks, thank you and much love.